You were to prayer, please. God, on their seats fell upon their faces, and worship, saying, "Give thee thanks, O Lord God Almighty, art and hast taken great power and the angry and thy wrath, that thou shouldst give the servants them that fear great and small, and them the earth, and the temple was open. There were seen in his temple testament were lightnings, thunderings, and so the trumpet 24 elders he before we represent the Old Testament, that all in order to God's servant saint name. The context shows always even wicked people. Last week he experienced home. In the nations, talk about all the nations into that. Excuse me, running. I had a problem. His experience true. Soldiers known around Europe, Asia. I thought, well, that sounds like I was some con after this, and from 100 talked to me, ready to go into what northern part of Britain, Ireland. Thank you. At some point, Joe up here and said to me, when they they'd go up and get final battle that with Spaniards and nations that Rome had come. Nations of the world were in at that time. So all the nations of Jerusalem and the soldiers that Rome and to soldiers conscript types of all from everywhere you've all to serve it debt, very servant, all different kinds of slave. It's in the context. But anyway, explain to me, and we're to the apocalypse, things that what he called apocalypse. Even the 8 days is a division between 11 and 12. He's Jesus to God only the law, and Christ to the throne in heaven. The people that had We know he's these are the prophets of, and we realize the time hero getting credit, but it's mostly for the he had sent. Warned the people next us that if they would cut after the started prophets as they after prophet. Many of them killed. All of that one reason were the opening the ark of the test, the covenant, the old law on earth. Remember the Hebrew writer was Levi, tribal was changed in the law. Law symbolic the ark showing that completely gone. Law, the effect was nailed to the remnants of the law, and the priest. So, comment chapter 11. Going to be the fun. Anything? Everybody? Please. I'd rather the weeds come up later. Bill. Check. Yeah, 6. Well, the king was also God. Nation, number 6 was this slain. He said, "Yes, well, text and white robes were blood of Christ finished." The point that today we have today in the light of God right here on earth, but they had of the atonement hadn't the effort. They were given some promise. That's 6:9. The Old Testament and the Old Testament saints go to heaven. We're promised sacrifice, and this robe presents that he had blood was Zechariah, where he that there will be a fountain in Jerusalem backwards, representing the blood, that it will cleanse from. It also goes back to create that did sacrifice. No. Chapter 6 is come ages. Go back to chapter 6. What was your question? I'm still thieves. The government were selling stuff on my keep up with. Okay. His commentary for that is 9 through 11, page 2 and 1. Here's 2 and 1. Let's see. Identify the Old Testament. Someone that died in the Old Testament. Martyrs are further to rest the word yet of what is page 2. The time of their inquiry Christ to the vengeance was not. He's saying they received their quiet when Jesus is till this distress period the martyrs join them. That's what I'm trying to say. Agrees. On Calvary, that began backwards. Punishment. They were on the Lord. The full or another form understanding of what we're looking at. They justification when he died, but as far as of their death wasn't going to happen until the whole Jerusalem's heaven. Here's mud. For me, and with it, standings. We'll study it. I don't want to get too highlights. What was your question? Tactic work. Anything else? Chapter 11. Heavenly. Remember in First century meant feeling. Feeling. That's apocryphal. It's not of the. It's talking about the end. Judaism, the Old Testament itself does not mean to reveal. Yeah. Points. Let me just read the, and we'll come back to a point. Chapter 12, 1, 7. Woman clothed the moon, her head a 12 star, and she earth, and there appeared, and behold, a great having 7 and 10 horns, drew out of heaven, and for the one born. Man-child was caught into the wilderness, prepared by 2 days. And there Michael and his the dragon angels was their place found. Was cast, a serpent called the world. He was cast, and his angels were cast. The voice sang, "Come salvation, and the kingdom of power of his cast down, which accused them before our. They overcame the Lamb, and by the word, and they loved their lives unto the death. There rejoice, ye that dwell. Woe to the earth and of the sea, has come down great wrath, that he hath put a short. And when cast unto persecuted the woman, the child, and great eagle, that she might fly to the place where she is for a time and half a time the serpent. Cast mouth water as a that be carried, and the earth swallowed up the cast out. The dragon was with the war with the which keep the have the test. Literally, virgin men, the only ones going to take this. We're starting with began into earth and what happened. Brother points out this concept is only struggle but sin. The dragon. Say the first about so was a woman with the sun under her feet, 12 stars. This bright Jesus is seen on the throne of God. Our garland of 12. So who is the one? Let me go commentary. Maybe it makes more. We're talking about Satan going straight. It began. Satan began, and he fell. What was Satan? He bruised his heel. You're going to have injury. So we're talking about Eve. I agree. There's a plan for Christ. Nations was added for the coming specifically. It was a them until the would come. From Jesus was born, plan of the world, and of that. I that this woman represents Israel, and through Israel is off to be wicked. God rose judges for them, and then they won. Finally had to take him into southern tragedy and just came back. There's a remnant. And we have the in Matthew, one from Mary, of all of these people through the ages of Christ. So I hear that this presents the Jesus out. There would be, he established the knowledge of Christ, established that through Israel, Jesus Mary. So it's Mary or the church. I agree with this. Another reason is stars. That would represent what? So this is really not those that went in the righteous through I came. That's for question or above. Nancy. Jigsaw puzzle, context that we're interested. Then we have dragons. This dragon. And this, of course, dragon. It represents imagery. I thought that Satan was deceiving or speaking, and then it's the way have to, doesn't it? But that's all. He's context. He's talking to Satan. Satan has all to destroy. He's going with him. Do his best to make deals with him. More important than that, God's destroy. I wonder a red dragon alternative and all of that. Yeah, we don't get much. I'm not sure. Satan. She gave a man-child who was with her, and quoting Isaiah, Christ through Israel. God in his throne. After woman, the church, righteous, those who believed it, obeyed it. The church so he was going to go after what happened to the people. He destroyed the church. From the context, he destroyed the church, the Jews, when he destroyed Matthew, Luke 21, when the cities surrounded the mountains, fled to a city. It happened. Describing the the church, it's still it. And there score 3 score days, which is 3. Approximately how to all of this drawn out to complete Jerusalem. That's down to verse 6. The woman, righteous, and Jesus died on the cross, preached, and those that were cut, those that were righteous. What do we do? So they were at the righteous church, ascended to heaven. A few decades, he persecuted, didn't he? Through faithful Judaizers, Paul would call hate Romans. But when he was with them, it didn't. There'll always be a world to destroy the. There'll be a remnant. Any questions down verse? Okay. Now we get 7. There was a war in heaven. Michael, as an angel, was fought against dragon, his angels. His angels says, not neither play nor head for them anymore. Great dragon out that old Satan, which deceived. He was cast. On this, talking about it, it in the first century took place plain Jude already was writing about it doesn't explain while Jesus when he cast the man to torment him. I literally already took. Pretty sure. I don't know when it. But just touches upon authorities that may have had left death taken away from. That may be. I'm just telling you, I'm not sure about the. There was a this Satan was, and more questions when Satan don't know. What he says though, serpent. Well, he's standing before the Lord, speaking in words. Anyway, but verse dragon of the stars presents the held against God being. But I tell you, with you and I live. God, time He created, in the end of time, God exists out of this universe. Time that this, I don't know, I'm talking about something outside of time. Physical here, understand. The Bible's very. Go ahead. The picture in the main is that access to all of this house completely cut. Mm-hmm. Well, that's now. Just that in a third of those were already. I think to it, he not alludes. Satan may explain. We know he in the beginning deceived. we don't know. You commentaries and there's watch these fiction movies, and the reason Satan created the creation. I don't know if that's what happened, but what happened with Satan? Satan did evil by itself. Evil is no good. God, there was no good. It was completely evil. It wasn't that he created evil. It was an habit. So we don't add it as evil, but the good and the evil. That's what happened to God. The time he was here. There's no here. It's how we're getting in the apocalypse here. Yeah. And you know, I still believe there's a great trend that they're aliens, but the government says there are. And many people say that these demons. But Jude said, of darkness. When the prophet passed out of the last spirits, that's where the last prophets were. The end of the first century. So, we don't have demon people. If we, and it's constantly fairy tale. That's a person, but we're just going to be lost. Titus, I think, or at least Timothy. Anyway, good. Whenever Satan against God, also anything that God's righteousness. All right, down to in heaven, and I heard say, "Now is come and strength of our God, Christ, for the accuser is cast down before our God, and they overcame him by the blood of the word of their. They love not their death." The verse he did with Job, accused him, take his hedge from where he did. Christ was shed. There was a moment, a promise. Satan apparently, we're saying he forth as we have Job and accused the Israelites. The dead. They should accuse too, like, but now after Jesus cross and his blood for them, they got he that he can make. 7 sins. make a remote address on there and accuse those of it. And nation criminalists believe this last day when the kingdom established. When he established his kingdom. Mark 16, Peter and the other keys to the kingdom 1,000 years. Paul said in Colossians, translated, says we have received. So, and the church are citizens, but citizens in a form. We're citizens. If we were citizens of the United States, citizens of the United States, home, we'd be in a land. Receive the act of the kingdom, and we die. We inherit. Citizens, members of the church, with the eternal kingdom, eternal. Quarters are in heaven. If you in the Old Testament, the temple symbol. The two where worship was all the priests, and they entered the Holy of Holies under the ark was only who could go. Christ is. Christ is in the holies, which is heaven. We're still on earth, and we're all priests. We can all own outside the laver and the gospel and baptism into Christ. We are the God, which is the church of God, most holy place. Okay. A little bit, but it all. You say that we're born earth. We're pilgrims. Yeah. Straying pilgrims. We're living here. This is our physical home, only for a little while. Too attached. That's Peter said all of this up someday. Exactly why Jesus stored on earth where corrupt and thieves but store up your treasure. And the only in heaven people we want to us, our families, our friends, other people are going to take gold, take people. Let's end it there. Pick up at